And we're here today at Puente, and we're going to be soon later. The stage is going to be packed with performers. It's going to be DJs and dancers. And guys, they're all doing this just for the Philippines. It's a big tragedy. We had thousands dead, thousands, hundreds of people that are homeless now, and there are still people now that don't even find their families. And that's very scary. Like, how do you feel about something like that? Like, imagine that would have hit us.
I feel like it's very unfortunate, but this is why we're here.
You know, instead you're gonna be doing all the DJs. You know, guys, you got your DJ clothes on. You know, your Adidas, the Run DMC thing going now, and you're gonna be doing interviews with the DJs. How do you feel about that?
A little frightened.
Oh, yeah. A little frightened. Yeah, but it's a good thing, and I'm glad that Team View can be here. And one day allowed us to be here with DJ Cali, and they asking us to come here. And for myself, I'm going to be leaving soon. You guys are doing all the fun and the backgrounds of everybody. But again, this is part of Philippines. Trying to raise money for the Filipinos that the accidents happen. I seen some of the footage of the water and stuff like that, and I can't imagine me being alive right now in the Philippines. So you can imagine us. I know some of you other girls, oh my God, I don't got my shoes over my hands. You're getting all nervous and crazy, so imagine what they're going to do right now. So hopefully with this hip-hop stuff and DJ Steph right here, Tiger thing right here.
Tiger.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be doing our thing. That girls are gonna be first, and ladies and gentlemen, we want to introduce our new member to the team. Hands up there. She's a new member, so this is her first time, and we're just throwing her out to the Lions right now today. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't even give her a chance. You know what I'm saying? She's like, oh wow, I'm on stage already. You know? So it's like, and you can talk to them. You let them know. You did like 3 shows already with us. So, he's been doing good. Cindy, this is your second show that you're doing with us. So, and a little bit about Cindy now. You're doing the scoops now, so you got that new Team View thing going on. So you're gonna be seeing more celebrities and doing things like this. But again, let's take the commercial break, and then when we come back, we're gonna be talking to some of the DJs. Stay tuned. Still to come. Performances by Jennifer, JL, Suitcase, Mark Marvel, and a speech by DJ Cotton Candy. All this right here when we return on Team View.
Hi, I'm Cindy, one of your hosts from Team View, and today we're going to be talking about something very tragic, which is bullying. Did you know that 1 out of 3 teenagers commit suicide due to bullying? And also, 2 out of 3 teenagers know about someone being bullied? According to StopBullying.gov, more than 7,000 individuals have committed suicide due to bullying, and 80% of those were males. That was pretty shocking to me too. If you have any questions or you're thinking about committing suicide, you can just call our hotline 1-800-273-TALK. And remember, the number is 1-800-273-8255. And remember, I'm Cindy Lopez, your host from Teens View, and always remember that we do care.
Hi, my name is Seth Espinel, and I'm here with one of the DJs named by DJ Righteous. I'm interviewing because I want to know how it feels to be a DJ.
I love it. I mean, you know, the role of a DJ is to control the crowd with the music. You get to play what you want to play to just set the vibe, and it's kind of like being a performer without actually being a performer.
Do you ever get nervous while you DJ? Like, are you gonna mess up with a song or anything? Like,
Yeah, I get nervous for a lot of reasons. One of the big things to be nervous about is not being able to have a crowd response, or if you know the crowd doesn't like the music, you have to change it on the fly to cater to what you think they're going to respond to. As far as equipment or messing up in songs, it's not really a huge factor.
so with the equipment, you like having fun and stuff, like messing around with it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, for DJs, you can't really like bring the energy up in a crowd if you don't have that energy too. So a lot of DJs dance behind the turntables because you kind of emit that energy to them as well.
One of my questions is, when did you start?
I started in early high school. I was kind of just a bedroom DJ. I kind of just like, you know, accumulated music and just practice on skills, and then in college I started to DJ out events, you know, like I started DJing at my college fundraisers, and then now I just kind of do bars or clubs here and there, just whenever.
My second question is, where did you get your name?
Righteous? Well, Righteous is actually spelled, so my real name is Rachel, and a lot of my friends call me Rach. So my DJ name is spelled Raichous, and it's kind of just you know, a play on words with righteous, which is just something that I aspire. I'm sure a lot of people aspire to be, but I don't really know how to reach it.
And if I become a DJ, what would you think my name would be? My name is Seth.
Your name is Seth. Let's see. It's got to be a good one.
Drake, did you see in the box we have one?
I don't know. You're putting me on the spot, man. I'll get a good one by the end. I'll get a good one. Don't worry about it.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. Still to come. Performances by Jennifer, JL, Suitcase, Mark Marvel, and a speech by DJ Cotton Candy. All this right here when we return on Teen View.
Hi, I'm Cindy, one of your hosts from Teens View, and today we're going to be talking about something very tragic, which is bullying. Did you know that 1 out of 3 teenagers commit suicide due to bullying? And also, 2 out of 3 teenagers know about someone being bullied? According to StopBullying.gov, more than 7,000 individuals have committed suicide due to bullying, and 80% of those were males. That was pretty shocking to me too. If you have any questions or you're thinking about committing suicide, you can just call our hotline 1-800-273-TALK. And remember, the number is 1-800-273-8255. And remember, I'm Cindy Lopez, your host from Teens View, and always remember that we do care.
So this next piece, I speak Spanish and Tagalog and English, and it's usually Spagalish, right? And if you speak anything other than one language, you know how, I mean, it's great, and it can also really fuck with your head when you're trying to have a conversation. So this is in Spagalish, right? So we're all gonna like do the best we can. De tierra a tierra lumalakad ang tao, en busca por el puente, the bridge, para sa dormir, para sa trabajo, para saber las cosas chismis de barangays back home. Pero pueden nakita sinong bago dito, fresh off the boats and those of us who have grown into a swagger. Pueden nakita sinong bago dito, nos entendihan ng kanta americano, hindi hirap de transit ang sulat de seguridad social o del gobierno, los hospitales cuando nuestros padres worry their English is not enough. Anak, hijas de migrantes, we are di parejo. Lumaki kami dito, un lugar con fronteras, and that has made all the difference. De nuestras comunidades somos y no somos, Hindi ko alam el moment cuando we became more American than not.
Hello, this is Cindy
This is Laura, and I'm Seth.
from Teens View, and we're here with Jennifer. Hi Jennifer, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Tired. So I actually really like the performance, I have to say, because I feel like you really get into character like really quickly, and like the audience can feel your emotions. Yeah.
It was really powerful, and I like you were talking about. I think you were talking about how Americans. I heard you say something.
Oh, was it the poem in English and Spanish?
Yeah, it was like 3 poems. Yeah.
Yeah, because she knows like 3 languages, right? Spanish.
Tagalog and English.
Yeah. It was pretty cool how you fit that in a poem. And I thought that was pretty interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm from Queens, from Corona, Jackson Heights, from immigrant community, and the Philippines, we're mixed, right? So for me, it was really important to represent all those bloodlines. And before English became dominant, it was Spanish. And so I wanted to represent that journey, the English, Spanish, and Tagalog.
What made you get into the hip hop industry?
I love hip hop. I grew up in the whole 80s, 90s. And being from where I was in Queens, it was everywhere, and I fell in love with it because it told my story. And interesting enough, I went to NYU for theater, and that's where the acting came in. And because that industry was so tainted and it's hard to get into an audition, I started doing spoken word poetry, and that was like the second, third wave. So it was definitely very integrated with poetry and hip hop. And so there was no choice but to be part of it. And it was a beautiful community generation to be part of. So,
How long did it take for you to write that poem?
which one?
I think it was the first one.
The first one, I think I wrote that in a few hours. That's the very first poem I really wrote.
And that's the one with the 3 languages? Or
That's the one with I gotta stay away from dudes whose name begin with J. Because they're dangerous.
Do you ever get writer's block? Like when you're writing and you don't know what to write?
I do, because when you keep performing, I think what happens, even though you want a pure muse and pure flow, you get so used to, I want the audience to react. I want the community to like it. And so I found myself getting into blocks and doing what I need to do to try and work through that. It's hard to forget the audience. It's hard to forget the audience.
Do you get nervous, or are you just like cool with it?
Now I'm okay. When I first started and when I was in university, I would get myself so nervous that I wanted to throw up. And I would almost throw up basically every time I was about to get on stage. And now I don't talk to many people before I perform. And I just say a prayer. And I just calm myself down. So it's a lot better now. I'm a lot saner.
Do you imagine like the audience in like their underwear? I guess.
I don't do that.
I think people do that.
Some people do.
People still do that.
Yeah.
They do.
I don't think that will work for me.
I would laugh.
Exactly. And there are people that you don't want to look at in their underwear. And there's some people that you do. And you're like, that's not appropriate. So that would work for me. That would work.
like when I do a speech in school, I just look to the back.
Oh yeah, like I don't look at the audience. I look to the back.
You know what helped though is beginning to look at the audience. And I still do that thing. I still find a fixed point. But even when I'm looking at the audience, sometimes I'm not necessarily looking at the audience. I might be looking at his next cap. And I'm like, okay, word, I can focus on that. But people still think I'm looking at him.
Yeah.
And all those little performance tricks.
Did you grow up in Cali?
No, why'd you say that?
Because all the people around
No,
Cali. You haven't been to Cali?
I have. But I'm born and raised Queens.
You don't love Cali more than
Hell Hell no. I love New York more than anything. Corona, Jackson Heights, all day,
I was
every day,
born
all
in
night.
I was born in Manhattan.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh.
I was born in Manhattan, uptown.
Okay.
I wasn't even born here. I was born in Dominican Republic.
Oh, sweet. And do you live and work in there? All of you?
No, I live in the Bronx.
What's a message that you would like to give out to people like who want to be in the hip hop industry? Cause do you like take criticism? Like, do people ever like criticize you? Or?
Yeah. And definitely my place, I grew up in hip hop. My place in the art was definitely the hip hop theater and hip hop poetry scene. So, the music thread is a whole different beast, right? But if you want to do it, the challenge I think is a lot of our stories still aren't told. And when you want to tell your story, people want to say, this is what I think you look like, and this is what I think you should be telling us. And it's about really staying hungry and working on the craft. That if you really want it, there will always be a space to have your story shared. But stay hungry and keep honing your skills.
Are you proud to be Filipino?
Oh yeah, I love being Filipino. I wouldn't want to be anything else because Filipinos, we're like the Dominicans of the Pacific because we're mixed, and I love that about us. So when people say, my thing is not everyone's Filipino, but Filipinos are everyone.
Yeah.
We're African, we're Asian, we're Spanish. That represents all the people. So wherever I go, I travel a lot. So wherever I go, I could relate to them and I feel home.
Yeah, now we're gonna end it here. And this is Cindy.
And I'm Laura. I'm Seth.
And this is Jennifer.
Stay tuned. Still to come. And performances by JL, Suitcase, Mark Marvel, and a speech by DJ Cotton Candy. All this right here when we return on Team View.
And so it begins. An epic story of mankind, inspired by real events. Are you ready? No one knows the secret.
Hello, this is Cindy, and please welcome Hydro and Deep Foundation. Hello, how are you guys? How are you guys feeling?
Good.
Tired?
Here.
Excellent, yeah. I just saw Ilpo of D Foundation just give a quick panel and presentation on Cotton Candy's, his entry in Cotton Candy's book, so I thought that was pretty cool.
It really, well, actually, I don't know if I actually made the entry. I think we were too late on that.
Oh.
However, it's really just to tell the story of Filipino Americans in hip hop, and telling one particular story, which is growing up in Queens, being born in the Philippines, moving to Queens, and just my involvement in hip hop over the years. It was an honor to be asked to be part of this.
What were some difficulties you had with the organization?
I think a lot of it is getting people together. It's very difficult, especially when you have a common goal and everyone wants to do it but it's so difficult to try and find just that one time for everyone to just come together and find something to do. It's a little heartbreaking. So one of the difficulties I found was trying to stay encouraged, and even if we met failure, that it didn't mean the end by any means. That there was always a next day to,
Make it better.
indeed, just take a seat, think about what happened, what can I change, what can I do to help other people change, and what can I learn from them as well as an exchange, to progress forward. And
How long have you been in the hip hop industry?
I wouldn't say I'm part of the hip hop industry by any means, but I do see the industry and what they do, and I respect it. I have been rapping since I was in 8th grade, which I don't know if I want to say how long ago that was. I did start performing in 8th grade. We had a school talent show, and it was really cool because it was me, it was all the students and their parents, and it's weird that I was in Jamaica, Queens, which I was the only Asian guy there, and I was the only rapper there too, which was kind of weird. No one expected it, but it kind of showed that there was a way to separate and be unique within a group, and it kind of inspired me.
Did you
from there,
ever
so.
get criticized, because you were the only Filipino kid?
Certainly. I still get criticized to this day.
Does that motivate you, or does that bring you down to do that?
It's pretty difficult sometimes trying to tune it out. When you hear a lot of it, it can get to you. But that's why I find myself continually attaching myself to Deep Foundation projects, because they've pretty much set the standard, or they've set the path for people to kind of follow and be proud of who they are without worrying about what everybody else is saying. So
And to kind of go off that, it's of course it's tough. It's like when anyone says anything, they criticize you, right? But anything you do, you're not this enough, or you're not that enough, or you're this. It's hard to kind of ignore it. But ultimately, if you believe in what you do, right, and who you are, and you're comfortable with yourself and in what you do, it doesn't really matter, because then you do your work, do your music, and you see the people who love your music or are inspired by it, and there's more than enough people there that appreciate that. Whereas the people that may say, oh, what's a Filipino doing rapping, whatever, you can kind of ignore them, because you can see where your music does matter, and also you get a chance to do what you love to do, and that's we only have this, like I said earlier, we have this one life to live, and we have to, if there's something that we love, make the most of it.
Do you guys look up to someone or have a big inspiration?
Just in general?
Yeah, anyone that inspires you?
Oh, man, it's such a hard. There's so many people, living, the dead. Malcolm X. His words. I feel like I wish I read his autobiography when I was younger. So if you guys haven't read it, I think you should. Musically, there's just so many greats. Biggie, Nas, Jay-Z, Mos Def, probably the usual guys that people list. Tribe Called Quest. Personally, my parents and my friends, Hydro here is a good friend of mine, and seeing his quality of work and his talent, it's inspiring and it motivates you. So.
Yeah, I would say one of the biggest direct influences was our own organizer, Cotton Candy. She, like she said, saw us grow up. I first met her when I was in 8th grade, and I thought it was just amazing. Like you said, seeing someone who kind of looked like us being at that status of achievement. So I would have to say she's definitely direct influence.
Where are you planning to perform next?
Tomorrow we have a show at Paperbox in Brooklyn. We are going to have a bunch of acts, including myself, Deep Foundation, a few other names are on there. I can't remember them all.
There's a lot. There's a lot of really good hip hop artists.
Yes, yes.
Well, have you heard about a rapper named Tiger or named T-Bone?
I'm not sure if I have. I mean, there's a lot of names out there. Why should I know about this? I feel like I should.
What's his name?
Yes, I think I know him. Like, you know, Rack City.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, that
Yeah,
guy.
he inspired me.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
And where can people find more information about you guys individually?
Well, I mean, I'm part of a group, so deepfoundation.net, and all the other stuff like Twitter/deepfoundation, Facebook/deepfoundation.
Most of my material can be found online. Hydroponics.com, HYDROPONIKZ.com. On iTunes, Hydroponics, Spotify, Hydroponics, Twitter, Instagram, all of that. But most importantly, like, you can come see us at shows. Like, I know I don't do a lot of music videos. I've done a handful. I've only done a few albums that I've been part of, but the thing I love the most is performing. So that's where you're gonna find me the most. So just staying connected on social media. You'll find all the information for upcoming shows. And yeah, that's basically it for me.
Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you for having us.
And this is...
Stay tuned, still to come, and performances by JL, Suitcase, Mark Marvel, and a speech by DJ Cotton Candy. All this right here when we return on Team View.
We're Philippine roots, once gently coiled around our throats and fed us culture, her story, and life. These roots, a gift from our ancestors, a connection to their spirits, are now left ruptured by his story's serpents. They have twisted and strangled the chords that once whispered, spoke, screamed, and wailed the motherland's tune. No more are the melodies from past lives of empowered Panais, leaving only remnants of their mighty cries. Of the bygone priestesses whose prayers once rattled the soil beneath men's feet and shifted the clouds to summon spirits to dance above their heads. And of warrior women whose howls created thunder in the clouds and stillness in warfare, trembling the hearts of brothers, fathers, sons they led. And of mothers whose melodies nurtured souls of men, feeding, nourishing, sustaining their lives, and teaching them the love and warmth of a woman's hand. And of sisters whose chants tantalized men's desires, where they were seen as precious jewels to be revered for their beauty, grace, and power. Today, our tongues are not our own. They have been turned transparent, and no more are the vibrant rays of color the Panay in past lives once breathed into the air. With each exhale, they painted the horizon with words, harmonious sounds now unknown to us. Our ears do not recognize the Panay's voice, where once a woman's boom was venerated by time and man and his story. It has faded, stifled, quelled by the vibrations of colonizing masters' hands, by misogyny that demonized, by patriarchy that ostracized the female high priestesses who once healed and wielded the heavens at their fingertips and connected them to our motherland. For the crimes of war and violence on our gender, stolen womanhood, innocence we've surrendered, wombs have bled into the earth by domestic work, abuse, imprisonment for Western capitalist comfort. By Google search, Panay, results of Mail order bride, sexy brown girl looking for a good time. Exotified, the young Pinay has been hypnotized, and the words that want to crawl up her throat slowly roll off her tongue, press on her lips from the depths of her belly where the echoes of her ancestors and their poetry and verbotency were born. These roots we have as time passes, not fought for, but mourned. They cannot be released. But you see, today we seek change. So let us have our voices, let it shake the world around us, where the trees will timber, the seas will crash, and earth will split open, and words will emerge, and battle cry, prayer, chant, and song, because to merely speak after centuries of silence would not do a Pinay's voice justice. It would do even more wrong. You will feel it in your limbs as sounds ring through the air, through rediscovery, through the struggle. Maki baka huwag matakot. We shall not fear, because this is the her story that we will create for our daughters, to give back to our mothers, and pay homage to our ancestors whose spirits dance in our words. From brown girls to empowered Pinays, our voices will be heard.
And we're back from commercial here with JL, who is also was the host today with Cotton Candy. And this is Cotton Candy's book that she wrote. And here we have JL.
Hi.
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing great. We just finished off the event, so I feel really good.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
I like your shirt, Jill.
Oh, thank you. So this shirt is actually it's fitting because this is a shirt to promote Rocky Rivera's album Gangster of Love that just came out a couple months ago. And she's a really predominant Filipina rap artist from the West Coast, and she's still with a crew called Rapadistas, and now she's doing her solo thing. And she does a lot of like music around like Pinay identity and empowerment and stuff. And she's a really big influence in others. So yeah.
I have a question. Are you into fashion? Cause
I am into fashion.
I can see. Yeah.
Absolutely, I'm all about it. And so this thing also that I'm wearing right now is a malo. It's from the Philippines. And it's basically like this tube from Mindanao that you can transform into a lot of different things.
Yeah, we were actually confused about
I was
it.
like, I like your scarf. Is it a scarf or a cardigan?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's called a malo, but so it's a part of actually a show that I've been producing for the past 4 years called The Journey of a Brown Girl. And in the show, the actresses like use this type of material to manipulate and change different characters.
Really quick, when I looked at it, it looked like Versace's scarf.
Yeah?
Versace.
Yeah, well, shoot, this is from the Philippines, so Versace, you better watch out. Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, were you like nervous to like speak in front of like an audience that? Yeah.
I think as performers you get nervous a little bit all the time, but not really because I do it on a daily basis. Like, so I'm an educator. I work at El Puente, which is the organization that, the building, the venue for the event that you guys were at today. And I work with young people who are from middle school through high school, and I gotta talk to them every single day, and that's a performance. You know, teachers trying to get you guys engaged, that is some work. So when I'm in front of like folks who are actually here to come to an event and to pay attention, it's an entirely different thing. It feels a little easier. But when you're in a classroom trying to get you guys to listen, that's when I get most nervous. I'm like, oh man, today please let them listen. So yeah.
Did you say that your performance was the first one? Was it from NYU?
Yeah, so well, the thing is that I graduated from NYU for my master's degree in educational theater, and I've been producing this show since then called The Journey of a Brown Girl, like I was saying earlier, and it's really based on the stories of Filipino women and the struggles that we go through. And so Candy actually is one of my mentors in that project, and she actually helped me out to like gather some stories around like her journey and some of the people that she knows and that she's like, you know, been mentored by. And yeah, so that's how Candy is someone who I used to watch when I was like younger and be like, man, like one day I want to just know her. I want to see her like spin because she's so amazing. And then when I started getting involved with the community and doing my art and really focusing it on pin knives, I got hooked up with her, and she is just like one of the most humble people, you know, and she's like gathering folks all the time, and she's always open to like letting you know each other. And so it's really, really, really amazing to see someone like her who's, you know, really seen like highly in the community and in the hip hop world and even just like everywhere, right? Just reaching out to the community and always trying to like get us together to build on our artistries.
When is your next performance?
My next performance is actually, look at this. My performance is actually on the 12th of January at Serve the People, Speak Truth to Power. It's another event that Candy's putting on. She's putting on mad events in the city, and they're all for you know, gaining relief for Typhoon Haiyan and Typhoon Yolanda, like most people know it as. But so she's putting on all these events and again gathering all these artists that she knows and that she's been building with from like different generations, and bringing them on stage together. So I've met so many people just in the couple of days that she's been back from New York City.
Do you actually collaborate with Jay-Z?
Oh yeah, she's collaborated with a whole bunch of people. So Jay-Z's one of those people.
The ones that they listed, it was just a few of them they said, right?
Yeah, because I mean she's traveled all over the United States and the world. And,
You lived in Cali?
yeah, I'm from the West Coast.
Alright. West Coast is better, right?
Yeah, which one do you like better?
Absolutely. I mean, I love New York City. There's something really beautiful about it because it really is always like thriving, and we're always producing things here, and you're always like doing work. I think that's the thing is you keep yourself motivated here because there's so many people just motivated and doing what they're doing.
I would think Cali is more fun. So.
Yeah.
Cali's a lot more laid back. You
Yeah,
don't
more
stress
free.
as much. There's a lot more space. You're not on subways all day. There's no snow like this, at least from where I'm from in Cali. Like the fact that people didn't come today because they were like stressing about the snow, that's not something that happens in Cali. So you know,
Everybody comes.
yeah. So yeah, I'm really glad you guys are doing this.
So do you consider that like a wish come true to collaborate with Candy?
Oh yeah. I mean like, but any collaboration that I have with like artists who are as passionate as her is something that I strive to do because I think that it's important to always be inspired by someone, and Candy just like she's always been inspiring to me, and the more that I get to know her, the more that she inspires me, and like just being at these events and stuff and just like listening to her speak. I don't know how you guys felt when she was talking, but it's like there's just so much knowledge that she has to give, and that's really the dream, is like to be able to connect with folks with so much experience and to receive that and to learn. And yeah, so as an artist, like it gives you the inspiration to continue on your own journey and to experience and then to share afterwards. She makes me want to like blow up and then share, you know what I mean? Which is exactly what she's been doing all her life. So I'm really blessed for that. Yeah.
Where can people find you? More information about you? Like, do you have a website?
Yes. Well, I mean, you can go to thejourneyofabrowngirl.com because the journey of a brown girl is my life right now. So you can go to that and you can find information about my play, but there's a lot of more information about me. And you can also find me on Facebook, Tumblr.
Oh, on Tumblr.
Yeah. So I do 2 blogs on Tumblr for the Journey of a Brown Girl and something called Love is a Revolutionary Act. And it's all about like talking about relationships.
Did you come up with that title?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I like that.
Thanks. Yeah.
But it was really nice having you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. You guys are awesome.
You're awesome.
Stay tuned. Still to come. And performances by Suitcase, Mark Marvel, and a speech by DJ Cotton Candy. All this right here when we return on Teen View.
at this event called Haiyan, a hip-hop organization for the Philippines. And yeah, we're here with our break dancer. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Good. Are you nervous?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, so how long have you been dancing?
I've been dancing for 14 years now. I know I look like I'm a lot younger than actually. I'm actually 29 years old. I've been dancing since I was 14.
You look really young.
Yeah. So it's good Asian genes.
Yeah.
And what inspired you to be a dancer?
Well, initially it inspired me. I didn't even want to be a dancer to start with. When I started, I had these the kids in the grade above me, so it was kind of like the area between like 8th grade, 9th grade kind of thing. So the kids who were like 1 year up from me, they were kind of like the bullies in the neighborhood. So I wanted to finally do something better than them. And so they happened to be dancers also. So we found a mutual friend, and he taught me how to dance. And I started practicing, and I got, I like to think I got good. And I'd go, I'd battle these guys, and eventually they became my friends. I hung out with these guys, but then eventually they all stopped, and I wanted to keep on going. And so I just kept on going, and I just found like the rest of the scene outside of my little group of friends.
Have you ever broken a bone?
Funny you say that. The only thing I've ever broken was my nose. And that was like something really silly. It wasn't
From dancing?
From dancing. I was doing, I got up from one of my routines. I was spinning around. And I lost my balance and I hit my face on the ledge. It wasn't even anything like really dance related. But the funny thing is, I'm a contortionist. You guys, so I'm really, really flexible. So there's a lot of times I should have been hurt, but I really
So talking about the bullies, like, what would they do to you?
No, they wouldn't beat us up or anything like that. They just like always come around and pick on us, you know what I mean? We're just like, like make fun of us.
At that time, did any, like, suicide happen?
No. It wasn't that kind of thing, no. They definitely never pushed anybody to that extent. No bullies that resulted in suicide.
So yeah, I also saw you like practicing inside. Yeah. I thought you were nervous because I actually did a performance too, and I would like practice what I was gonna do, like my moves, I guess you could say. So that's how I figured that you were nervous.
Oh no, what's it called? I was just dancing because I was really feeling the music. If anything, I'm nervous about is giving the talk in a little bit. She asked for a 10-15 minute talk, and I was like, I gotta stretch that out. I didn't really write anything down, so I'm just gonna kind of wing it. So that's what, if anything, I'm more nervous about that. But it's not too big of a turnout. It's a nice and little intimate, so I think I'm a lot more comfortable with that. But that's the only thing I'm nervous about. I think I'm just dancing to keep myself calm.
Are there other type of dances you like to do, like ballet?
Oh no, I really wish I got to ballet. I feel like if ballet is really important because it has like a really strict foundation, and I feel like a lot of people who went from ballet to other dance styles, they were able to pick it up a lot faster than anything else. I really I can't dance with a partner. I can't do ballroom. I want to do ballroom. I think that's my next challenge for myself.
Well, that's it for today.
Okay.
And I'm Cindy Lopez.
Stay tuned. Still to come. And performances by Mark Marvel. And a speech by DJ Cotton Candy. All this right here when we return on Team View.
Whose world is this? To all our people's queens. Illmatic, the way I illustrate, I can elaborate. Every word I can rhyme up and make it gravitate towards an inner being. Gravity pulling me in a greater orbit, a higher place, service seating. Don't be mad if I don't answer, cause I'm at a meeting. Making a plate out the tailor because I haven't eaten. I'm from the rotten apple, up the garden of Eden. All martyrs are made with no justifiable reason. I'm trying to find the meaning to what my third eye seeing. They see the king dispensal, I'ma make it, I'm messing. With every effort I make, I feel like gaining level, new and improving. So much to prove. I remember rocking a mic with no one to prove. Sad to see success in MCs lacking the rhyme skill. Rappers walking backwards, blindfolded through a minefield. Staying in residency, I'm out for president, so represent me. Now that's how I feel. What's mine is mine. Whose world is this? The world is yours. The world is yours. It's mine. Whose world is this? Yo, the world is yours. Queens, Staten Island, Brooklyn. Yeah. What's mine is mine. Whose world is this? Yeah. Now we're friends in high places, you can say I love that. Contemplating in staircases, blazing for blood down. Knowing for me, this isn't entertainment. My power's an empower when hope runs out. To them dealers and drug routes, God bless my brothers in jail before they come down. I swear the sky still rains since the day of the awakening. God didn't let the sun out. To the time bomb fusing the warm fuse, I blew it. My last hope is to lose it. Eyes closed, head down, praying before I lose it. My apologies to my pastor for attending them Sundays and lighting up right after. Most high lighted music that you can vibe with. The world's yours, Staten Island, the Queen's finest. What's mine is mine. Sing it, y'all. And yo, the world is yours. When I say what's mine is mine, you say the world is yours. The world is yours. What's mine is mine. What's mine is mine. What's mine is mine.
And we are now coming back from commercial break, and we're gonna interview Mark Marvel. This is his card, and he just finished performing for us. So give a hand for Mark Marvel, aka Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars.
How are you feeling?
I'm good.
You're not tired, are you?
Nah, I only did 3 songs.
Oh, you wanted more.
Yeah, that wasn't enough to make me sweat.
So,
And I sweat.
I see on your card you have some cartoons. So what's your favorite cartoon character?
Well, the comic character is Cyclops on that. Yeah.
What about Cyclops that you like so much?
Yeah, nobody likes Cyclops, right?
I never liked
Everyone's like
Cyclops.
Superman, Wolverine, or something. But Cyclops is actually the leader of the X-Men. He was the first pupil of Professor X, the guy in the wheelchair, the bald guy. Yeah, so he's his first student, and it was actually up to him to embody Xavier's dream, which is for mutants. You know, mutants were humans, not really humans, but they were evolved humans. They had powers and gifts, like that made them different and special. They called them gifted youngsters.
Do you ever get nervous when you're gonna perform?
Yeah, I get nervous.
It doesn't look like you get nervous. Like it's like you play it nice and cool. Like
You know, the best explanation for that is that that nervousness becomes adrenaline. You know, like it becomes that rush, like where you either pull a B-rabbit and vomit spaghetti in the bathroom, or you do what you have to do, which is basically perform and give the audience that show, and actually touch the people. Like you have to relate to them somehow, because everyone has a short attention span,
Yeah.
So, yeah, I still get nervous.
And who motivates you?
As far as artists or people?
Artists, like the big artists that are like very known in the industry.
Yeah, I don't know if you ever heard of The Roots.
I haven't. Have you?
It's a rapper?
It's a rap group.
Oh, it's a rapper.
The Roots. They're like a live hip hop band. So sometimes you'll see them on the Jimmy Fallon show, if you ever watch that show. Yeah, The Roots, you'll see them as a band playing in the background, but the MC of that group is Black Thought. And he's just like a real insightful, lyrical kind of guy. He was actually on a song called Super Lyrical with Big Pun. And you guys know who Big Pun is?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he was like one of the most biggest lyricists like alive.
Something near Fat Joe.
Yeah, he was Fat Joe's prodigy, But yeah, somebody like Black Thought, because their songs are very jazzy, very conscious, like it makes you think and everything, and it's like rhythmic, it's not just like that. It's like like it's not like that. Whoa, like it's just like it's something else, that relates to life. And it's real.
Have you heard of a group called YMCB?
YMCB.
YMCMB, Young Money.
Yeah, Young Money, yeah.
Of course. Tiger, you gotta know Tiger.
Yeah, I know Tiger.
My man's right there, right?
It's your man.
Yeah, my man.
Yeah, a lot of young people like Tiger. I like Tiger.
Yeah. He goes with the Asians and Filipinos like you know, Honey Cocaine. He made her.
Yeah, I seen her.
She's Asian.
Seen her.
She got balls. Like
She got bars.
yeah, she would kill.
Yeah, I never really listened to her too much.
Yeah, what's his name? Tiger just came out with a new mixtape. Well done for. What you want? Well done for. They made a song called Price. You gotta listen to that. That's Honey Cocaine.
But I heard one of his records. I think there was one called On the Road.
On the Road with Chris Brown.
Yeah, that's what I heard that last night.
That's a love song.
Yeah, I like that song.
You gotta go to his like.
It's hard.
Yeah, like,
it's hard.
I grew up in Compton.
Well, I like Cali, so I might have to listen to Tiger to get used to what California is like.
Well, but when is your next performance?
My next performance is January 5th, which is tomorrow. Basically, it's another benefit concert and everything. But I'm still getting like this 2014 schedule in play. You know, like I have management, they're looking to put me on like bigger stages, you know. Maybe shout my music to OVO, you know. Yeah, you know. Yeah, they have to. Yeah.
Throwing bodies in clubs.
Yeah, I'll throw bodies. Like, I throw it in the garbage if anything.
He's Canadian, so he likes recycling.
Where do you get your thoughts from? Like, do you like? I know that there's artists that when they're writing their music, they look around the room to get inspiration. Are you like those artists?
Right. Sometimes, like, you know, sometimes it could just be simple as a word. Like a word can just like totally spawn an entire record, you know? Or, I mean, a lot of artists always have to go through something. There'll be times where I can't write, and like I just have to go through things. I have to be stressed out. I don't know why the negative things inspire you to be creative, but sometimes that's what happens, you know? Like some artists just go through that time where there's a drought, and it takes experience. Because, you know, you have to rap about something. Like, you can't just keep rapping about, like, my music does this and my bars do that. Or I'm this nice. Like, you have to really have something to talk about.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, a lot of rappers, like, people said they, like, rap about money, cars, everything.
Money, cars, and clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and girls.
But it's like, some people in the street be like, oh, this guy, like, for a Tiger, you be like, oh, he talks about money, cars, this and that. And then they say, like, Meek Mill, he talks about his life. But he talks about money and cars too. Like,
I mean, there's only a few basic things in rap life.
Yeah, just because he grew up in Philadelphia, don't mean that he's not about it or anything.
Yeah.
He just grew up there. Just because he was growing up in the streets rapping don't mean he can take a gun and shoot anybody.
Exactly. But yeah, I mean, look, most of the things that most people take for inspiration is life. Like, it has to be something in your life. Like, sometimes it could be a really good woman that comes into my life and is my muse. That's a person that really inspires, you know, artistic qualities about you, you know? And, you know, that happened with Friends in High Places. I met a really great woman, and she was part of that inspiration. It made me write an entire mixtape.
And how long have you been rapping?
Since I was 12. Yeah, so it started off before I was a teenager, a preteen, you know? It always starts that way, you know?
How did you decide that you want to be a rapper at the age of 12?
It was just this Puerto Rican kid that used to knock on my window. I'm like, yo, because I had the karaoke machine. That karaoke machine for Asian people, like everybody's always singing in the house and stuff. So it was like a funny thing. He would just come to my house and he'll bring like this thing called Dream Team instrumentals. And in those Dream Team instrumental tapes, we would just pick a beat and we would just start writing. Even if it was corny, like even in those days, I used to rap about comic books. So I somewhat knew I was Mark Marvel somehow. My first name was Omen, which is...
You can't spit anything off the top of your head, like a
freestyle?
line, like a team view.
Of what?
Like the team views, like us,
The team views?
You can't spit something off your top of your head.
Yeah, I guess.
Spit something.
Let
me hear some more.
Beatbox?
Nah, but just like, if you run enough, you can spit off the top without nothing. Let me hear something.
Alright. Wait, so what's your names?
Cindy, Laura.
Cindy,
Laura. My nickname is
Seth.
Tiger.
Alright. I'm chilling here with Tiger. Yeah, they might be minors, but we still major, shooting off of them lasers. I might chill with Carla, maybe with Laura. They already know the Filipino airbender. We're past December in 2014. I'm trying to get that money, now that I mean, I'm on that Wolverine news. Wolverine pros, here for team views. And if they mean you, gotta give something that means something. And if it doesn't, gotta press it to keep going. They used to know me as Omi. And that's why I'm trying to come forth with what I'm knowing, the all-knowing God, of course, with the bars. He tried to say I look like Bruno Mars. I'm trying to reach for the stars and tell them exactly what's going on in me. Shout out to Cindy. They sold Marvel to Disney. I don't know why, but even if they don't understand me, it's Mark Marvel, shit, the next Stanley.
Oh, that's yeah. Shout out to Mark Marvel.
And where can people find you?
Pretty soon I'm gonna create a site called www.mark-marvel.com. And if you want to look for me on Twitter, Instagram, or SoundCloud at MarkMarvel2090.
There you have it. Well, it was very nice having you here.
Thank you.
And your rap was really nice. Yeah, at least you know what I know about Typhoon.
Stay tuned. Still to come. And a speech by DJ Cotton Candy. All this right here when we return on Team View.
3, 2.
This is Team View. I'm Cindy.
I'm Seth.
And I'm Laura. And we're here interviewing DJ Cotton Candy.
Hi.
Thank you. And yeah, how are you today?
I'm good. I'm really excited. I'm in a space where I used to work. Actually, I worked here for nearly 4 years. So it's good to be in a venue that I'm at home at. So I'm really excited to be here.
Is it different? Like how?
It's different in the fact that the physical space changed. They did a lot of changes to the space. The office that I used to work in is no longer there. There's a stage now. Before they used to have just a step up and it was smaller. So a lot of different changes and repairs.
And how does it feel to be back in New York? Like, how is it different from California?
Well, California is warmer for one. Right now it'd be 70 degrees and it'd be a lot of sun.
It's been really cold right nowadays.
Yes, and snow. We don't have snow unless you're in the mountaintops in Cali. But
do you like the snow?
I love the snow when it first falls. I don't like the snow when it gets dirty and when it's hard to travel.
Oh yeah.
I'm very interested because you're from Cali. I want to interview somebody that always been in Cali.
Yeah.
Because
I actually want to move there when I get older.
Really?
That would be obvious. What do you like the most about California? Oh, the weather, right?
The weather most of all. I mean a lot of things. I mean, I'm born and raised here in New York City. I've been here for 31 years, and then once I hit my early 32, I was like, I need warmer weather. I need a more laid-back life, no traffic.
Yeah.
And San Diego was kind of.
the two places I want to move to is either Africa or Cali.
Oh wow! What part of Africa?
South Africa.
Really? Yeah.
Was it a big decision to decide to move to California? Like, did you have to think about it a lot?
Yes, I did have to think about it. I mean, I traveled a lot around the world as a DJ and performing and speaking and doing activist work over the years. But traveling is different than actually living somewhere. I could travel anytime. Moving is a big change in a person's life. And I'm used to city life. I'm a city girl from Queens. And moving to a place like San Diego, there's a big gap, a big difference, and a lot to adjust and get used to. And actually, it wasn't until maybe about a year ago that I started feeling more comfortable in San Diego.
What's one of the favorite places you traveled?
I mean, I'd have to say my homeland, the Philippines. Going to my homeland and being in the Philippines, just connecting with the motherland. It was some time since I went to the Philippines. The last time I was there was when I was 4, and then I went in 2007. I felt like a remarkable feeling, like a huge connection to my roots, and it felt really good to be at home. And I'd have to say that was probably my favorite. And I've traveled a lot in terms of, seeing the world and stuff, like different places in Europe, different cities in Asia. but the Philippines is the homeland for me.
Talking about Philippines, you're Philippine, but how do you feel about what happened not so long ago, the tragedy and stuff?
Oh, with the typhoon.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm definitely saddened by it, and the losses, the lives that were lost. Over 11 million people have been displaced, meaning they don't have any homes. Their lives are damaged, and right now they're just trying to rebuild their lives. And how do they do that? After the long term, right now, a lot of people are doing work to raise funds, like we're doing here, for food and Medicare, all of those medical needs that they need, but also more so just to build their livelihood. And I think that is a long term work. And for me, it makes me realize how important community organizing work is.
Yeah, in my school, my teacher actually did this organization where kids would bring in cans of food to the assembly. So I actually brought a lot of cans.
My school did that too.
Oh
Yeah, we all brought cans for the food.
But it's good that your school.
Have you got in contact with anybody from over there?
Yeah, I mean, my family we originally thought, on my mother's side of the family, that it would hit Lebanon and Mexico, because that was one of the countries they said it was going, one of the regions it was going to affect. But it went more like to Tacloban and Samar and those areas. So our family is fine and safe, but it still saddens me that so many other people are still affected. So I don't feel like saying, yes, it's a blessing they're alive, but there's still so many lives lost.
Yeah, my brother has Filipino, Puerto Rican, and Filipino. Yeah. His father's Filipino.
Oh, wow.
You also said that you're a DJ?
Yes.
And what made you get into that?
Well, I love music. My father collected records, and I got into collecting records because of my dad. And it just made sense for me to be a DJ. I was around a lot of DJs growing up in high school, and being around the DJs made me want to learn how to DJ. Originally, I was really into, writing rhymes and also other parts dancing. But DJing is what stuck to me, the craft. So.
What are the difficulties DJing?
Well, it's an expensive hobby, that's from. Now it's kind of easier than it was back in the day when I was coming up, because we had actual records, we have to collect it, we have to carry our crates. Today, a DJ just gotta have the laptop and an MP3 and you're a DJ. And they have a sync button where they mix on time and on beat. Whereas back in our day, we had to really work to be a DJ. You had to bring, and I rolled with a crew of guys all the time. And they did not make it easy for me. I had to carry the crates too, And that's how it should be for all DJs when they're starting off. They gotta pay their dues. And nowadays, with the technology that exists, you don't gotta pay dues, you just press play.
Did you work with the Philippines, in DJ?
Oh, I did DJ there in 2007 with the organization I was with at their party. But I would like to rock a club there one day. It'd be nice. I did an organization's party, but I would love to do one of the clubs or where the hip hop scene is at in the Philippines. There's a huge hip hop scene in the Philippines. A lot of dancers, a lot of b-boys and b-girls. There's a lot of MCs out there, battle rappers. This kid, Mike Swift, who's originally from New York, moved out there. Noah, who's from Queens, also moved out there. So they have this whole scene. And I'd love to be rocking with them on the stages in the Philippines.
What are their names, their titles?
Their names out there? Well, Mike Swift is one of them. And then Noah Lazarus of Q York and his DJ Flavor Maddox.
So, Cotton Candy's your nickname, right?
It's my DJ name. And then I got that because it's cut-in. When you scratch, we call it cut-in sometimes. And actually, my crew, 52, and then the executioners kind of named me. Those are DJ crews. And I got the name Cut Candy. So it makes sense. At first, my real name is Candace, so I never really liked the name Candy. I just didn't like it growing up. But then I started liking it when everyone started saying Cotton Candy. That's a dope name. It's like a simile. It's like cotton candy, but it's not cotton candy. It's cotton candy.
It's spelled differently.
Yeah. Yeah, I spell it with K's because I love graffiti, and K's has a better. I like K's better than C's in graffiti. So
It catches your eye.
yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
And it makes you look cool.
Yeah, even when I don't look cool and unfresh, the K will do it all.
He also sent you like the dance piece so that like being a DJ stuff in there. Like what kind of dances did you do?
Well, when I was a kid, I'd see like other dancers, breakers, b-boys and b-girls dancing when I was a kid, and I always wanted to be one. I would do little things here and there, but I never really got into that. When I was a young kid, I did dance lessons. Like my mom had me take tap, ballet, and jazz, and that was fun. But I think out of all of that, I really loved tap. But then as I grew older and went clubbing, me and my sister formed like a dance team. We did like a lot of reggae dance routines and things like that. We really got into the reggae scene and soca music. So we really enjoyed doing that. But I love dancing anything, hip hop, most of all, I'm a hip hop head. So, and if I could, I'd go, if my knees were, the way it was in my late 30s, I would totally do b-boy moves too, b-girl moves. I'd be on the floor breaking with everybody else. Although last month at the gym, I decided to go and say, hey, let me see if I could do a 6-step, which is like a breaker's move. And I said, oh, I could do it still, I'm slower. I hadn't done that since I was in high school.
Well, that's it for today. I'm Cindy.
I'm Sun.
And I'm Laura. And this is DJ Cutting Candy.
And I'm Tiger.
Okay, so that will be the end of Team
It was words like Africa Bambaataa, Godfather of Hip Hop, that said organize, organize, organize. And everyone answered that answer about how do we get our hip hop community to come together, organize. But what does that mean to organize? We've got to stay in touch. We've got to communicate. Part of taking care of ourselves, like Jennifer brought up, is communication. I think we need to learn to communicate our needs, and we need to listen to our elders and communicate with them what are their needs. And a lot of times, I will tell you time and time again, I've sat in many, many panels in hip-hop where I've heard our legends talk about how they don't feel heard, how they don't feel asked or remembered. And it's really, really sad. You have movies that came out with millions of dollars, and where have our pioneers have benefited that other than, a spotlight on the film? And you have someone like today, Lil Wayne, millions of dollars, and then you still have an artist of a legend or a political legend that is struggling to pay bills. You know what I'm saying? And we need to include our elders. And there's a lot of adultism and ageism that happens, not just in hip hop, but all across. And that means we're not communicating to our youth and our teens, really listening to them and what their needs are, and providing them to create their own agency, where we're not just constantly telling them what to do, but a real student-centered, youth-centered education where they are speaking. And actually give it up for Charles here for bringing the teens here, and who are actually doing their own talk show right now. They interviewed me back there. So that is part of how do we bridge the gap. Bridging our gap means inviting our youth to come, and I was really sad because the 4 fundraiser events that I'm doing wasn't all ages, but I was really happy that this was all ages. So we have to find ways, where do we include, how do we provide space, how do we, for all of my hip hop events, I'm calling, Africa Bambaataa, inviting them to come. I'm calling Grandmaster TC Islam to the event. We have to learn how to communicate with one another and remember. That to me is the most important answer. And in Africa Bambaataa's words, organize, organize, organize. It was the hip hop community that protested in 2005, right before I moved to California, Hot 97. We had 500 hip hop heads, including Dead Prez, including Immortal Technique, protesting Hot 97. And you know how much they lost? $6 million in revenue just from that one rally. So if we had the 500 community that went out to 5 points, maybe that could have happened. But it takes organizing, it takes communication.